2014 is coming to a close right about now, and 2015 is here, so it is time for my annual yearly favorites video. So in this video, I'm going to tell you guys all about the products that I've been loving all year long, or the products that I found at the end of the year that kicked any other products, but there may be some really new products in here that you guys haven't heard me talk about before because I just started using them within the last 3 months or so. But yeah, I think that that's kind of cool because you guys get to hear some new things and you guys get to hear about the old things that I'm still definitely loving. So this video is probably going to be a little bit long. Get a cup of coffee, get a cup of hot chocolate, whatever you want. Sit down and let's talk about my favorites. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and to request any videos that you want me to do in the new year down below. And let's get into it. I have 2 favorite foundations for 2014. So my drugstore foundation that I have to recommend you guys is the Rimmel Wake Me Up foundation that I picked up in London. This is typically hard to find in the US, but you can find it online. I've done a full review of this product, so I will link that down below if you want to learn a bit more, but I'm still definitely loving this foundation when I want my drugstore kind of version of foundation. And when I want to use my high-end foundation, I always go for my Chanel Perfection Lumiere foundation. Again, I have another in-depth review and demo of this foundation as well, so I will link both of those down below, but I have just been loving these guys to death, and they're not going anywhere in the near future. I have 2 concealer favorites here, a highlighting concealer and a regular concealer, and these are both from the drugstore, funnily enough. I have the Rimmel Wake Me Up concealer and the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. So the Rimmel Wake Me Up is really great for underneath your eyes. It has just a little bit of shimmer and a little bit of like a pinky tone, so it's perfect for highlighting any areas that you have a little bit of darkness. And for my regular concealer, I've really loved the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. This is the first drugstore concealer that I think I've ever really used that wasn't for highlighting purposes, and I just really love the consistency of it because it's like the perfect liquidy but still thick enough concealer. I don't know, it's not full coverage by any means, but I do really like it. I've really been expanding my horizons with blushes, so I'm gonna start with my oldest favorite here, and this is my NARS Guy Bourdain palette that I picked up last year. You can't get this palette anymore, but you can definitely still find the shades inside the palette. My personal favorites are this dark color up here and the light color right here, and then obviously the bronzer and highlighter are just a whole different game altogether than blushes, but they still make the palette really great. So that has been my first blush favorite. I have to mention this guy because I have really been loving him too. This is the Hourglass Ambient Blush Palette, and this just gives me the perfect combination of any kind of blush shade that I want. It has a dark purple, it has a salmony pink, and then it has the perfect like light glowing pink. And I just love the finish that these blushes give you and the versatility that it gives you, and this is definitely going to be my new traveling blush palette, I think, over the Guy Bourdain one, just because I mean, they just look so pretty in there, and I do really like the color selection. And I had to throw in this single. I don't know what I love about this guy so much, but I just do, and this is the NYX Mocha Blush. So this is just a really perfect everyday blush. When I'm just going to class or something and I don't feel like pulling out one of my fancy blush palettes, I just go for the NYX Mocha because it's just simple, it's dependable, and it goes with literally any look. For my eyes, I'm just gonna get all these out of the way because I really narrowed this down. I have 1 eyeshadow selection, 1 mascara selection, and 1 eyeliner. This is a palette that I have loved more than any other palette I think that I have ever owned. The texture of these eyeshadows are just the most amazing that I've ever found, and that is the Marc Jacobs Lolita palette. This is just the perfect everyday palette that I could honestly use to do a dramatic eye or to do a simple eye. I mean, these eyeshadows are flawless, and I get so much of a selection out of just 7 eyeshadows. The mascara that I have to recommend you guys is honestly something that I've been using for almost the whole year, I think. I switched from the waterproof to the original formula and now to a special edition formula that they just released, the L'Oreal Voluminous Butterfly Mascara. Right here I have the Intensa formula because that's the one that I've been using most recently, but just the whole line I think is absolutely amazing. It's perfect for my hard to curl lashes. It really lengthens and separates, and it does give me a good amount of volume. My lashes look so different to me when I'm wearing this, and I think that it's just an amazing mascara, better than anything that I have tried. Honest to God, this is a great mascara. And it wouldn't be a favorites video if I didn't mention my Stila liquid eyeliner. This is Stale Day eyeliner in black. This has been my favorite for like 3 years, I think now, and I am trying to get into other eyeliners, but right now I'm still using this guy. I've used him almost every day for 2014, and I've never used a different liquid eyeliner in the past year, so gotta talk about him a little bit at least. I want to start by talking about my favorite lipsticks. So the first one is the color that I'm actually wearing right now, and it is Riri Woo by MAC, also known as Ruby Woo. This was just a limited edition version. This was from the Rihanna collection. This is my go-to red lip because it is matte, and whenever I wear this I get a compliment on it, and yeah, it's just the best red lip that I have ever had, I think. My other lipstick favorite was something that I actually had never liked before, and it is the Elizabeth Arden lipstick in Amethyst. And I told you guys in a video that I did a while ago that this was actually the shade that I wore to prom for my senior prom, and when the woman put it on me I hated it, but now when I use it I actually really love it because I layer it with some other nude shades, and it's just like the perfect nude base for me because it's the right kind of darkness and it's not too light that it's going to wash you out, and really great formula as well. And of course I have a couple of lip glosses here because you can't forget the lip gloss in your favorites. So I have two basically formulas that I liked the most. The first one is the Revlon Super Lustrous Lip Gloss, and I just have this in a couple different shades, but I've loved wearing this over any lipstick. It's just my go-to like layering lip gloss. And then if I want to wear lip gloss on its own and I'm running out the door and I don't have time to like be careful with my lipstick, then I really like the NYX Butter Glosses. This was the first year that I tried these out. I think it's been around for 2 years now, and I just have this in a couple different shades, and the pigmentation on this is amazing. It's not too bunchy as long as you rub it in with your finger to just kind of warm up the lip gloss, and they're just my favorites right now. My first skincare product is by far the product that I'm most excited to tell you guys about because I haven't told you about this at all, and I just have been loving it. It has changed my skincare routine bar none. And that product is the L'Oreal Youth Code Serum Corrector. So this is basically a serum that you're supposed to put on in the morning and at night before your moisturizer, and it's supposed to correct dark spots on your face. So if you have any kind of acne scarring or just kind of sunspots, but I have them all the time and they absolutely ruin my makeup application, and I just hadn't really realized what was going on. And I did a lot of research, and this was the product that I was most interested in, and I have to say I really do love it. After about a month of using this, you really notice a fade of all of the scarring that you have. And I mean, as acne continues to form on your skin, you're going to have new scarring that occurs. So always using this really helps me kill any kind of dark spots that I'm going to have on my skin from acne scarring. And it's really easy to get your hands on as well because it is a drugstore product. Next up, I have my Lush Toner Water, which is the tea tree water formula. I love this. I use it before the gym. I use it whenever I just want a little spritz on my makeup. I use it when I have no makeup on. It's just like my favorite spray misting water ever. And in case if that Lush Toner Water wasn't enough to tell you guys that I like tea tree oil, it is enough to tell you that I have also been using the Body Shop Tea Tree Face Mask. This is my favorite face mask of 2014, and I have been using a ton of face masks recently and just trying out different ones. This is my favorite because you really feel like it's doing something to your skin because it does have that kind of minty feel in it from the tea tree, so you kind of feel a tingling on your skin. And if you have acne prone skin like me, then this is just amazing. You feel so great when you do this, and it's also green and really cool, and you can send some really hideous Snapchats to people while you have this on, so that's like a bonus in and of itself. I don't have a favorite moisturizer that I want to talk to you about, but I do have a favorite eye cream, and this is the Eye Duty Triple Remedy Cream from First Aid Beauty. And this one I found because there was some article on Yahoo about it. It has a little metal foot applicator on it, which just helps you rub in the product underneath your eyes and kind of depuff your eyes because it is really cold. I love this. It wakes me up in the morning, and it does really do a nice thing for my under eye circles because I suffer from dark under eye circles and really puffy under eye circles. Another under eye favorite of the year has been the Earth Therapeutics Hydrogel Under Eye Recovery Patch. This has been an interesting addition to my kind of skincare regimen for me, and I don't use this every week by any means. I use it on special occasions or when I'm feeling really tired and just like dejected. I try to like treat myself and use these guys, and they're just the little strips that you see people wearing underneath their eyes, and they do really help, but You're not gonna see like a ton of difference if you're using this instead of using an eye cream, and if you're not using them regularly enough, then they're not gonna make the giantest difference, but they do make a nice difference for special events and things like that. To finish up skincare, I have my favorite moisturizer of the year, and this is the Hand Food by Soap & Glory hand cream. So clearly this was going to be a favorite. I have had this probably as a favorite for 2 years, I think, and it's just absolutely amazing. My favorite hand cream. I go through so many tubes of it, and I mean, the scent is just freaking amazing, and I love this. I tried to limit my fragrance favorite to just one fragrance. I feel like I talk a lot about different scents during the year, and I've talked about my favorite core fragrances so many times. So I have my favorite newcomer fragrance for you guys. It is the Elizabeth and James Nirvana fragrance. This is just my favorite. I've talked about it recently a lot because I just purchased it and I just love the scent. It's just so nice, and honestly, if I could wear it right now, I would, but people in my house don't like fragrances that much because they have allergies. For my shampoo and conditioner favorites, I have 2 products here from L'Oreal, and L'Oreal Haircare has actually been my favorite haircare line of 2014. So here I have the thickening shampoo, and then I have the Evercream Intense Nourishing Conditioner, and I've used so many different products from these lines now, so this is just actually what's in my shower at this moment. I like using this shampoo, and I think it's the Paul Mitchell Tea Tree line, or just the Tea Tree shampoo line. Either one. They're both really great clarifying shampoos. This is just the one that I have at home, and the tea tree one is at school. And then this conditioner has been a lifesaver to my hair. I love it so much. Like, I can't tell you how different my hair feels after using this than having not used like a really good conditioner in a long time. This is really sad, but I actually only have a little sample tube of this guy. But this is the L'Oreal leave-in conditioner from that same Evercream line, and I just love this as a detangler, as a leave-in conditioner. It's just so many good things for my hair, and I really do feel it every day when I use this. It's my favorite leave-in conditioner ever in the history of leave-in conditioners. This was definitely my biggest hair splurge for the year, and it has definitely been well worth it for me, and that is Moroccan oil. This is the original Moroccan oil. It's a little bit heavier than the light version that they have, and this just adds the best scent to your hair, the best feel to it, and the best shine. It's not overly greasy, and if you use the right amount, then it does really absorb so quickly into your hair, and it just leaves it looking and feeling great. This year, I really decided to get on the dry shampoo bandwagon, and I fell in love with the classic Batiste. So this guy has been a go-to for me. I use it every day, basically on my 3rd day of my hair cycle. So every 3rd day I use this, and it's just absolutely amazing. It's so easy to use, so quickly to absorb, and it doesn't leave any kind of gross residue on your hair, and it does give you that nice little tint for whatever hair color you have, so it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb in your roots. And to wrap up the makeup beauty kind of section of my favorites video, I do want to throw in one hair care tool, and that is the NuMe Megastar Flat Iron. I mean, my hair has never looked better with a flat iron than with this guy, and he just has saved my hair life recently. Now on to the random favorites of the year. So I'm gonna kick this off with my TV favorites, and that is because I only have one favorite TV show, and it is The Flash on CW. The Flash, oh my gosh, is the best show that I have watched in a while, and that may be really skewed because it may just be because I love Grant Gustin so much, and The Flash has been that show that like every Tuesday I sit down and I watch The Flash. No DVRing because I have to watch it live because it's that good. I had a lot of movie favorites this year because I went to a lot of different movies. So I'm gonna throw in my first favorite, which was an oldie movie, but I just really loved it, and that is Notting Hill. That has been like my favorite rom-com of the year. I watched it so many times this summer, I can't even tell you. Seriously, tell me. Come on, tell me in the comments down below if there's anything more than you could want than Hugh Grant in Notting Hill. Now, as for movies that came out this year that I loved, I have a ton, and a couple of them were from books to the screen. So the first one is The Fault in Our Stars, obviously. I love Shailene Woodley, and I have actually fallen in love with Ansel Elgort just because of that movie. So I loved that, and then they were both also in my other favorite, which is Divergent, because I was a huge fan of the Divergent series. Also was really in love with The Amazing Spider-Man 2. However, I'm really mad at Sony because they have delayed the third installment of The Amazing Spider-Man to 2016, and they might take out Andrew Garfield. I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that because the whole reason that I watched the series is because of Andrew Garfield, and now he's not going to be in it, and I am so mad. And Interstellar was definitely one of the best movies that I have actually watched in a long time. The whole time that I was sitting through that movie, my heart was just racing at 1,000,000 miles per minute, and I think I could have had a heart attack if I was like 40 years older because of how invested I was in that movie and how much I was thoroughly enjoying it. I have been purchasing full CD soundtracks for the first time since I was like 6. First one I'm going to talk about is the Train CD, and this is the Bulletproof Picasso CD. I'm just the biggest fan of Train. They're my favorite band of all time, so I had to pick up this CD and I loved it. I downloaded it in October and it has been my favorite ever since, in my car all the time. The second one is a clear favorite. It is Taylor Swift 1989, because who doesn't love Taylor Swift and all of her dreamy goodness in soundtracks? And my favorite song on here is Wildest Dreams. And then last but not least, because I still have that inner 14-year-old girl crying inside of me, I have to tell you guys about One Direction, because album number 4, titled 4, is, oh my god, so good, and I just feel like they're all my husbands. And it is time to conclude my 2014 favorites with my 2 favorite books of the year. So the first one is Jenny Han's To All the Boys I've Loved Before. It is a book about the girl Lara Jean, who writes a letter to all the boys that she has had a crush on or has been in love with, and then one day they accidentally get sent out and she has to deal with that. And I mean, it's just the best book, and Jenny Han is like my favorite author of all time, and yeah, so this is just the best book ever. The second book that I love the most during 2014 is the second book from the Divergent series, and it is Insurgent from the Divergent trilogy by Veronica Roth. So that has been my 2014 favorites video. I hope that you guys liked it, and I just want to say one last favorite that I have had is all of you guys out there that watch my videos. I am constantly looking at the comments at my tweets and at my Instagram, and I see you guys that really support me, that are always commenting and always talking to me and always telling me what I could do differently and what you really loved and what you like. The conversations that you guys have with me are absolutely amazing, and I value them so much, and I am so lucky to be able to have this kind of communication with people that I have never even met before. Honestly, I'm just so thankful. So I can't wait to see who else joins this little family that I have here on my channel in 2015. And if you guys want to, spread the word and get more people to just join our family, that would mean so much to me, on top of what you guys have already done for me. So yeah, that is it. I hope that you guys have had an amazing year, and I hope that you guys are looking forward to 2015, because it is a new year, it is a new chapter of our lives, and we can do something amazing with it together. So I will see you guys in my next video, and yeah, I'll see you then. Bye!